Hello everyone, welcome back to GK Today. This is Nuzhat Sana and in today's video we will be doing the current affairs for 6th of September 2024. These are some of the important keywords that we would be covering in today's session. For example, we'll talk about the eShram portal, that which ministry had launched it in the year 2021. Then we will see why Nitish Kumar came into news regarding the Paris Paralympics. Then further we'll see exercise Varuna is conducted between which two countries, and then we'll talk about the Durand Cup, and later on we will see the venue for World Deaf Shooting Championship. After that we'll see Saura tribe primarily resides in which Indian state, and at last we'll talk about the Grom-Evan missile, that which country has used this missile recently. Okay, so now without taking any further time, let's get started. The very first question is, eShram portal recently seen in the news was launched by which ministry? The correct answer is B option, Ministry of Labour and Employment. And why this portal came into news? Because the Ministry of Labour and Employment had launched this portal in the year 2021 on 26th of August. But now in just 3 years, over 30 crore unorganized workers have been registered on the eShram, which shows the rapid adoption. Okay, so this portal aims to be a one-stop solution for the unorganized workers so as to integrate them with other platforms as well, and this integration was highlighted in the 2024-25 budget speech to improve the access to the social security schemes. So eShram will help the unorganized workers to have access to the schemes like PMJJBY, means Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. Then there is PMSBY, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. AB PMJAY means Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, etc. Okay, so a two-way integration with the Skill India digital hub is also underway to enhance the service accessibility. Okay, so eShram portal was launched by Ministry of Labour and Employment. What questions you can be asked regarding the eShram portal? First of all, you can be asked that when was this portal launched? So it was launched in the year 2021. How many unorganized workers had registered on eShram by 3 years post launch? So over 30 crore unorganized workers have been registered till now. Okay, and which ministry launched this portal? Answer is Ministry of Labour and Employment. Okay, now if we talk about the schemes that have been mentioned here, first of all let's talk about Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. What is the age eligibility range for this Yojana? Answer is 18 to 50 years. What is the annual premium for this Yojana? Answer is 330 rupees. And what is the sum that is ensured for this Yojana? Answer is 2 lakh rupees. Okay. Now, next we'll be talking about Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. What is the age eligibility range for this Yojana? Answer is 18 to 70 years. What is the annual premium for this Yojana? It is 12 rupees. What is the sum ensured for death under this Yojana? So this amount is 2 lakh rupees. Okay. Now at third we'll be talking about Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. What is the coverage amount per family per year under this Yojana? This is 5 lakh rupees. Which income group is targeted by this Yojana? Answer is economically weaker sections. Okay, and which 2021 initiative aims to enhance the service for these type of beneficiaries? So this is the Skill India Digital Hub integration. Okay, moving to the next question. Nitish Kumar won gold medal in which event at the 2024 Paris Paralympics? The correct answer is A option, badminton. Nitish Kumar recently won India's second gold medal at the 2024 Paris Paralympics in the men's singles badminton SL3 class. Okay, and before Nitish Kumar, Avni Lekhara won India's first gold medal in the women's 10 meters air rifle standing SH1 event, about which we have talked earlier in our previous lectures. And the 17th Summer Paralympics is taking place in Paris, France from 28th of August up to 8th of September. Talking about Nitish Kumar, he has defeated Daniel Bethel from Great Britain in a close match, and Nitish lost his leg in a train accident in the year 2009, and he was inspired by Pramod Bhagat to play badminton in the SL3 class. Okay, why Nitish Kumar came into news? Because he has won India's second gold medal at the 2024 Paris Paralympics, and to which sport he is associated? Answer is badminton. Okay, A option is the right answer. Now, who is the most decorated badminton player in terms of world championship title? This is Lin Dan. Okay, Lin Dan is a Chinese badminton player, and he is the most decorated in the World Championships title because he has won 5 World Championships in the men's singles. Okay. Also, he is known as the Super Dan. Fine. Also, which country is traditionally the most dominant in badminton? This is the country China. Okay. And now if we talk about Avni Lekhara, who have won the India's first gold medal at the 2024 Paris Paralympics. From which state she belonged to? So she is from the state of Rajasthan. And in which year did she win her first Paralympic gold medal? So this was the year 2020. Okay. Moving to question number 3. Exercise Varuna, recently seen in the news, is the bilateral naval exercise between India and which other country? The correct answer is D option, France. Okay. So 2024 edition of Indo-French bilateral naval exercise Varuna held in the Mediterranean Sea from 2nd to 4th of September, involving advanced tactical exercises. Okay. So Indian Navy's P-8I aircraft landed at Air Base 125 in France for its first ever European deployment, and this was the 22nd edition of exercise Varuna with the French Navy. And last time an Indian Navy aircraft flew in France around 63 years ago. Also, don't forget that India-France naval exercise began in 1993 and later it was named as Varuna in the year 2001. Okay, and it reflects a strong strategic partnership between the two countries. 2 questions are important here. First of all, you can be asked that exercise Varuna is exercise between which 2 countries? Your answer is India and France. And the second question you can be asked is what is the venue for this year's edition of exercise Varuna? So correct answer would be France. Okay. Now what questions you can be asked as a static GK? First of all, the first Indo-French naval exercise was held in 1993. Then what year did the Indo-French naval exercise become Varuna? So it was renamed in 2001. And which aircraft participated in exercise Varuna from India side? This is the P-8I. Okay. Which naval base is the primary headquarters for the Indian Navy? This is INS Kadam. Okay. And what is the flagship aircraft carrier of Indian Navy? This is INS Vikramaditya. Which Indian Navy submarine became the first to complete a circumnavigation of the globe? Don't forget that it is INS Chakra. Fine. Moving to question number 4. Durand Cup, recently seen in the news, is associated with which sport? The correct answer here is B option, football. And why it came into news? Because Northeast United FC have won their first Durand Cup title by beating the Mohun Bagan Supergiant in a penalty shootout. That's why they came into news. And the final was held at Vivekanand Yuba Bharati Krirangan in Kolkata. And this was the 133rd edition of the Durand Cup. Durand Cup is Asia's oldest football tournament, and it was played in Kolkata, Kokrajhar, Jamshedpur and Shillong from 27th of July to 31st of August. Okay. So Mohun Bagan with 17 Durand Cup wins could not defend their title, and Mohun Bagan led with 2 first half goals, but Northeast United equalized with 2 second half goals. So finally in the penalty shootout, the goalkeeper from Northeast United FC, Mr. Gurmeet Singh, made 2 crucial saves for the win. And talking about Northeast United FC, it is based in Guwahati, Assam, and it is the only club from the Northeast in the Indian Super League. Okay, so Durand Cup is associated with football. What questions you can be asked? First of all, when was the first Durand Cup held? So it was held in 1888. Which team has won the most Durand Cups? This is Mohun Bagan. And which city hosted the finals of 133rd Durand Cup? This is the city of Kolkata. Okay. Talking about the winner team, Northeast United FC. In which year was Northeast United FC founded? It was founded in 2014. Most important question, who is the owner of Northeast United FC? This is John Abraham. Okay. And if we talk about Mohun Bagan, in which year did Mohun Bagan win their first Durand Cup? So this was the year 1953. And in which city is Mohun Bagan based? Answer would be Kolkata. Fine. Moving to question number 5. Recently, where was the World Deaf Shooting Championships 2024 held? Correct answer is D option, Hanover in Germany. Okay. Why this championship came into news? Because Indian shooter Dhanush Shrikant has won 3 gold medals at this championship. That's why it came into news. And the World Deaf Shooting Championship held at Hanover in Germany. This championship is organized by International Committee of Sports for the Deaf, and it is being held from 29th of August to 8th of September. Okay, so what was the venue for the World Deaf Shooting Championship? Answer is Hanover in the country Germany. Talking about some static facts, which country does Dhanush Shrikant represent in shooting? Obviously India. Then how many golds did Dhanush Shrikant win at the 2024 World Deaf Shooting Championship? So overall he has won 3 gold medals for India. And also you can be asked that what sport does Dhanush Shrikant compete in? So he is a shooter. Okay. In which year was the first World Deaf Shooting Championship held? It was held in 1991. And which organization hosts the World Deaf Shooting Championship? This is the International Committee of Sports for the Deaf. Okay. How often is the World Deaf Shooting Championship held? So it is conducted every 4 years. Fine. And when was the International Committee of Sports for the Deaf established? It was established in the year 1924. And where is the headquarters of International Committee of Sports for Deaf lie? So it lies in Lausanne in the country Switzerland. Okay. Moving to next question. Recently, which city in Gujarat has been selected for the establishment of the new semiconductor unit? The correct answer is B option, Sanand. And the Union Cabinet has approved the KNS Semicon Private Limited to set up a semiconductor unit in Sanand in the state of Gujarat under the India Semiconductor Mission. This is the 5th semiconductor unit that has been approved under the India Semiconductor Mission. Basically, this mission is a specialized division within the Digital India Corporation, and it aims to make India a global hub for electronics manufacturing and design by building a strong semiconductor and display ecosystem. Okay, so it has full administrative and financial powers and an advisory board of global semiconductor experts. It was launched in the year 2021 and it operates under the Ministry of Electronics and IT with a budget of 76,000 crore rupees, and it supports semiconductor manufacturing, packaging and design initiatives. Fine. So Sanand city in the state of Gujarat has been selected for the establishment of the new semiconductor unit, which is the 5th one. Okay. Talking about the semiconductors, which material is known as the primary base for semiconductor manufacturing? This is silicon. Okay. And which country is the largest producer of semiconductors globally as of 2022? So this is the country Taiwan. Talking about the Digital India Corporation, who launched the Digital India Initiative and in which year? So it was launched by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the year 2015. What is the primary purpose of Digital India Corporation? Basic aim was to ensure the government services are made available to the citizens electronically. Okay. And which flagship program of Digital India focuses on transforming the rural internet penetration in India? This is BharatNet. Fine. Now if we talk about Ministry of Electronics and IT, which initiative was introduced by this ministry to promote cashless transactions and electronic payments in India? This is Digital Payment Abhiyan. Okay. And what is the name of the online public grievance system that has been launched by this ministry? Your answer is Centralized Public Grievance Redress and Monitoring System. You can be asked that this system is a online public grievance system of which ministry? So answer would be Ministry of Electronics and IT. Okay. Now if we talk about the state Gujarat, which festival is celebrated in Gujarat? And it is popularly known for its intricate dances, and it is held during Navratri. So it is very famous dance, Garba. Okay. Now what is the name of the world's tallest statue which is located in Gujarat? It is the Statue of Unity. And it is the world's tallest statue. The statue commemorates Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Okay, and this statue faces the Narmada river. Also, which wildlife sanctuary in Gujarat is home to the Asiatic lion? This is the Gir National Park. Moving to question number 7. Saura tribe recently seen in the news primarily resides in which Indian state? This tribe lives in the state of Odisha. Actually, why it came into news? Because Odisha has granted the habitat rights to the Saura tribes in its Gajpati district, and with this Odisha is the state with the most habitat rights for the PVTG, means particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Okay, so Saura tribe is one of the Odisha's ancient tribes, and it has been mentioned in the Ramayana as well as in Mahabharata, and also they are known as Savaras, Sadaras, Saura and Sora. Besides Odisha, they live in Andhra Pradesh and Odisha, along with in some states of Jharkhand and Madhya Pradesh as well. They speak the Sora language, which is a Munda language, and they use the Surang Sumping script. So they have proto-australoid features, means a complex religion with many gods, and they have unique art and tattoo tradition. Economically, they are divided into plain Sauras and the hill Sauras. Okay, plain Sauras basically practice agriculture and wage work, and the hill Sauras practice the shifting and terraced cultivation. Okay, so Saura tribe primarily resides in the state of Odisha. Now, what questions you can be asked regarding this tribe? First of all, which epic mentions the name of this tribe? These are Ramayana and Mahabharata. What script does this tribe use for writing their language? So this is the Surang Somping script. And into what two economic categories are these tribe divided? So they are plain Sauras and the hill Sauras. Already I have told you, the plain Sauras practice agriculture and wage work, while the hill Sauras practice shifting and terraced cultivation. Fine. Talking about the particularly vulnerable tribal groups, how many PVTGs are identified in Odisha? This is the number 13. Which organization identifies the PVTGs in India? This is Ministry of Tribal Affairs. And what is the key characteristic of these groups? Key characteristic is pre-agricultural level of technology. Okay. Moving to question number 8. Recently, where was the India Bioenergy and Tech Expo 2024 inaugurated? The correct answer here is A option, New Delhi. Union Ministers Nitin Gadkari and Hardeep Singh Puri inaugurated the India Bioenergy and Tech Expo in New Delhi, and this expo is held from 2nd to 4th of September 2024. Awards were given to the companies for their contributions to the bioenergy industry and for enhancing the bioenergy production and supply in India. The Indian Federation of Green Energy, in partnership with MMAC T4 SciTech Communications Limited, organized the expo, and this expo provides a platform for discussions on the future of bioenergy technologies. So basic aim here is to support India's green energy initiatives by involving the government, industry leaders and the expert. Okay, so you can be asked that what is the venue for India Bioenergy and Tech Expo 2024? Your answer is New Delhi. Talking about the bioenergy, what is the primary source of bioenergy production? This is the biomass. And which gas is primarily produced during the anaerobic digestion in bioenergy plant? This is the methane. Okay. Now talking about the green energy, what is the process called when solar energy is converted directly into electricity using semiconductor? It is known as photovoltaics. And which European country is known for generating nearly 100% of its electricity from renewable sources? This is the country Iceland. Okay. And what type of green energy involves harnessing the heat from the Earth's interior? This is the geothermal energy. Fine. Moving to question number 9. Grom-Evan missile recently seen in the news is developed by which country? The correct answer here is C option, Russia. Okay. So Russian troops have recently used a Grom-Evan hybrid missile to hit the country Ukraine, and this is a modernized weapon, you can say, which is based on the Soviet era Kh-38 missile. Okay, so it was developed by Russia and it was first introduced in the year 2018. It combines the features of both a missile and an aerial bomb. It has a maximum range of 120 kilometers with a high explosive warhead and a contact detonator. A variant with a thermobaric design can detonate at high altitude, and the effectiveness depends on the altitude and speed of the launching aircraft. Further, it can be launched from Russian aircraft like the MiG-35, Su-34, Su-35 and Su-37. Okay. So Grom-Evan missile has been developed by the country Russia, and why it came into news? Because recently Russia has used this missile on the country Ukraine. Fine. What questions you can be asked regarding the Grom-Evan hybrid missile? First of all, what is the maximum range of these type of missiles? So maximum range is 120 kilometers. And when was this missile first introduced by Russia? So it was introduced in 2018. Okay. Name two types of Russian aircraft which are capable of launching the Grom-Evan missile. So these are MiG-35, Su-57. Two other are Su-34 and Su-35. Fine. Now moving to last question. Recently, where was the world's first fast charging e-bus named as Veera Mahasamrat launched? The correct answer is A option, Bangalore. The world's first fast charging e-bus has been named as Veera Mahasamrat. It was launched in Bangalore by the Veera Vahana and Exponent Energy. The bus aims to improve travel by eliminating range anxiety with its fast charging, and it will first operate on the Bangalore-Hyderabad route. 4 charging stations will be set up along this route to support the e-bus. Okay, and the launch of Veera Mahasamrat is a major step in promoting the sustainable transportation in this region, right? So world's first fast charging e-bus named as Veera Mahasamrat has been launched in Bangalore city. Now let's see some static facts regarding sustainable transportation. Which country was the first to adopt a comprehensive plan for sustainable urban transportation? This is the country Denmark. And what is the average range of a modern electric bus on a single charge? This is about 150 to 200 miles. Fine. And what is the term for urban planning that focuses on reducing the car usage? This is transit oriented development. And which sustainable transportation method uses hydrogen cell? This is hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. Fine. So these are some of the important questions for today. And now we'll be moving to our revision part, where we would be revising as usual 3 topics. Today our topics would be, the first one is business, economy and banking current affairs. The second would be defense current affairs, and the third would be some reports and indices. Okay, so let's talk about some business, economy and banking current affairs. The first question is, which organization recently signed a memorandum of understanding with National Remote Sensing Center to develop a green cover index for national highways? This is the organization NHAI, National Highways Authority of India. What is the name of the house journal recently unveiled by the Indian Renewable Energy Department Agency? This is PAHAL. Okay. Recently, which company became the first Indian to surpass 20 lakh crore rupees in market capitalization? This is very famous, Reliance Industries. How much funding has the Finance Ministry recently allocated for the Namo Drone Didi scheme? This is 500 crore rupees. Recently, which country has become India's largest trading partner, surpassing the US in financial year 24? So now China has become India's largest trading partner. With this, China has surpassed US. Recently, India has signed a protocol to amend the double taxation avoidance agreement with which country? So we have signed this protocol along with Mauritius. Which IIT recently collaborated with Altair to establish the e-mobility simulation lab? This is IIT Madras. Okay. Now at second, we'll be talking about some defense current affairs. The first question is, what is the primary role of the Chinook CH-47F helicopter recently seen in the news? So basic role of Chinook is heavy troop and supply transport. INS Jatayu, which has recently been in the news, is the Indian naval base located in which region? It lies in Lakshadweep Islands. Mitra Shakti is a joint military exercise between India and which other country? It is a joint military exercise between India and Sri Lanka. Where are the headquarters of Defense Cyber Agency located? So headquarters of Defense Cyber Agency lie in New Delhi. Signals Technology Evaluation and Adaptation Group is related to which one of the following? It is related to Indian Army. Patriot Air Defense System recently mentioned in the news was developed by which country? The system has been developed by USA. Which countries recently participated in the trilateral multi-domain exercise named as Freedom Edge? Freedom Edge involved 3 countries, and which are these? South Korea, US and Japan. Okay. Now at last, we'll be talking about some important reports that were in news. What was India's ranking in the Global Cybercrime Report for 2023? India's ranking was 80th. As per the United Nations World Economic Situation and Prospect Report for 2024, what is the projected GDP growth rate for India in 2024? As per this report, the projected GDP growth rate for India is 6.2%. What is the rank of India in Gender Inequality Index 2022 that has been released by United Nations Development Programme? In this ranking, India has been placed at 108th position. Recently, which ministry has released the report titled as The Indian Economy, A Review? This report has been released by Ministry of Finance. Which organization recently released the Global Trends Report, Forced Displacement in 2023? This report has been given by UNHCR, means United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Which organization recently released Southeast Asia Regional Status Report on Road Safety? This report has been given by World Health Organization. And last is, what is the rank of India in the World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Development Index 2024? First of all, this report or index is developed by World Economic Forum, and in this year's index, India has been placed at 39th position. Okay. So with this, I am winding up the session, and before concluding, let me give you some homework. And today's homework would be related to environment and biodiversity related current affairs. Okay. So on the screen, you can see 7 questions. Please read each of the questions carefully and try to answer them in the comment section. I'll be waiting for your answers. And now, before concluding, let me tell you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series on the GK Today Android application. So if you want the PDF of the lecture, you can subscribe to that course by paying a very nominal fees. So now we'll be meeting tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.